What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Chris. I make vlogs on unpopular opinions and unconventional topics. So in this video, let's talk about Gen Z and the mental health crisis we're having right now. You know, this applies to both men and women, but mainly Gen Z men. You know, we're the most depressed, we're the most stressed, we're the most burnt out, we're the most loneliest generation ever in the United States. You know, this was a shocker to me because, you know, personally, I was going through some things, and I'm still kind of going through some things in my life right now, both internally and with my day-to-day experiences in life. But also too, when I look on the internet, I see other guys my age, even older and some younger, going through, you know, exactly what I was going through. Some even worse, you know. And oh, by the way, it is snowing right now. It's done slacked off a lot, but it was just doing some light snow. You know, of course you can see in the background, none of it really stick, but yeah, I'm out here making a video in the snow. But anyways, I'm willing to go far as to say too, man, that Gen Z, especially the males, are somewhat disenfranchised, man. It's like, you know, a lot of us are product of single mothers, or if we do have fathers, he was very toxic and passive. You know, a lot of baby boomers and the generation older than us don't really understand or see the world the way that we do. We can't find a common ground. They always kind of like gaslight us in a sense, man, because it's like, you know, they tell us, you know, go to school, go to work, go to college, find a career, this, that, and the third, get married. But it's like but it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like, man, you're so lazy, and they scold us and put us down and call all these names when we show them that we're struggling or we need help, or, you know, that we're trying, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that just all plays a part. Of course, everybody's different and everybody's situation is different, so environment plays a factor as well. And, you know, like I'm saying, not all Gen Z, because there is a lot of Gen Zers who are doing good and who are, you know, somewhat successful. And this is excluding the ones from the internet. We're about to get into that next. So with Gen Z and the internet, we got to start making protecting ourselves and setting limits and boundaries on the internet. We got to make that great again. We got to make that a comeback. Because, you know, believe it or not, when the internet first came out and first started to jump, you know, people were always saying, you know, don't believe everything you read, don't believe everything a person tell you, don't believe everything don't believe everything on the internet, and you know, watch out for predators and just, you know, watch, you know, dangers of the internet. And believe it or not, they're still there, you know. But you don't hear about a lot of that talked about nowadays. You know, they don't shed light on the dangers of the internet and how the both positive and negative effects of internet. So internet usage. So I want to shed some more light on that. While, you know, you need to protect yourself, protect your mental health on the internet, you know what I'm saying? You know, take breaks, set limits, cut it all off completely if you have to. You know, like I said, watch out for hackers, predators, you know what I'm saying? Watch out, you know, cyberbullying, you know what I'm saying? And also too, you know, this is more on the self-help and self-improvement community, but a lot of us trying to find solutions on what we're dealing with, whether it's the mother wound, the father wound, how to start a business, how to make money, and all this types of things. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. But what you got to understand is you can't compare yourself to these people. Just because this guy has 1 million followers and may got a booming business, you know, in reality, that don't mean shit. You know, you need to go live your own life and figure out your own individual problems in your life. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you gotta live up to these gurus or these guys on the internet. Don't believe you gotta be rigid, disciplined, or follow these people's systems, because 9 times out of 10 they don't give a fuck about you and they don't know you, and not all of it's gonna work. There's no one size fits all. You have your own unique talents, and all that. So you're one of a kind, you know what I'm saying, as long as you're being yourself. And we all want to, despite all of what I talk about, you know, people pleasing, nice guy syndrome, you may hear some things like Stockholm syndrome, imposter syndrome, or Peter Pan syndrome. It's like, dude, chill out, you know, embrace your own timeline, and don't be too hard on yourself. You know, focus on what's in front of you and make the best of what you already have, instead of worry about what you don't have or what another person has. You know what I'm saying? You can't. I think that also plays a part in, you know, Gen Z struggle, both men and women, especially when you're comparing yourself and following advice from influencers and people on the internet. People who, you know, they may talk and sound good, but they don't truly have your best interests at heart. Whew, I just said a fucking mouthful right there, man. And I mean, you know, like I said, you know, the same way you set boundaries on the internet, it applies and carries over to your real life. You're able to set boundaries in life, you know what I'm saying? Any kind of you know, videos or content you don't want to see, just be like, I don't want to see no more of this, you know what I'm saying? Not interested. Use those tools that they put there for you. They're there for a reason. You know, cut back, take an information diet, cut back on the self-help and self-improvement. And like I said, embrace where you're at right now. You know, live your own timeline. Go at life at your own pace. You know what I'm saying? There is no rush. And hell, in the end, you're gonna die anyway, so a lot of it doesn't even matter. I wonder if I should just back up a little bit more. I think maybe that's good. I just want to make sure you get a good look at me. And by the way, there's my little pup in the background, know what I'm saying? She's most definitely loving the snow. But anyways, you know what I'm saying? Live your own life, man. And be aware of the dangers you can walk into on the internet. Protect yourself and your mental health while being online, you know what I'm saying? And just don't believe everything you read, and don't believe everything a person tells you, especially on the internet. I don't care if he's the top rated guy on YouTube, or, you know, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I think that's all I have to say today. Thanks for watching.